In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to easily convert, compress, or transfer any file to a friend or to any device, whether it's a video, audio, or image file. I feel like I have personally mastered the game when it comes to working with files. I'm making this all-in-one guide to help you do the same while adding a bonus resource at the end. So let's waste no more time and get straight into the video.
What will you do if I am infected? Cure me?
So first, I'm going to start off with breaking down transferring files from one device to another. The two apps I rely for this is Google Drive and TeraBox, which each of them have their own pros and cons. For Google Drive, it's very simple. I'm just going to drag this video into the file panel. Google Drive will read and process the file. When I'm finished, I will click on the file and now I have full access to the content. And for example, if I go to a second device like my phone and download the app, when I open it up, I can see the same files and have the same access as I do on my computer. I can watch it, I can open up the menu that gives me an option to share it, download it, and if I click download, it would download and save to my photos, to where I don't have to open up Google Drive every time I want to access the content. It will be in my Photos app. Anyways, those are the pros. The only con I find for Google Drive is that Google Drive has a max storage of 15 gigabytes, so if you're transferring large files or multiple files at a time, this could go by pretty fast, which is where TeraBox comes in. When you create an account for TeraBox and come down and look at the storage capacity, you notice that you have 1024 gigabytes free of space, which is equivalent to a terabyte, giving you plenty of room for your files. And you'll notice the process for TeraBox is very similar to Google Drive. I'm just going to drag my file into the layer panel. TeraBox will process and download it, and if I click on the file, once it's done downloading, I have full access to the content. But if I download the TeraBox app and open it through a second device, which is my phone in this case, you'll notice a ad or several ads pops up, which is a con of TeraBox, which I consistently try and sell their subscription at free plan. If you ignore the ads, everything was equivalent to Google Drive. I can access the content to watch it, I can click the file and share it, and I can download the file, which will process and download to my photos, so I can watch the video in my Photos app instead of TeraBox giving me full access to this file that was just on my computer a few seconds ago. But let's say you don't want to send one file, you want to send a group of files, and you don't want to send it to yourself, you want to send it to a friend. This is where Transfer Me comes in. When you create an account with Transfer Me and access it from your browser, it will take you to their home page. Here you'll see the temporary email I set up along with options for a title and message to provide context on the files you're sending to your friend. Once you're finished filling that out, I'll drag these files, a video and a few images into Transfer Me. You can see I still have 3 gigabytes of available space left, which is great, but for now I'll go ahead and click get a link. Once the files have been uploaded to Transfer Me, it generates a link that will provide access to download the files with a few other options. To keep things simple, if I were to email this link to, let's say, a friend, I'll use this temporary email for an example. They would receive it, they would click on the link, and they'll be able to preview all the uploaded files that I uploaded with an option to download. If they choose to download, a folder containing all of the files would be saved onto their device, completely transferring the files, and best of all, I can repeat this process as many times as I want completely for free. But real quick, if you haven't caught on already, that you might have noticed when working with files, that's a big deal, is storage and file type, which next leads me on to talking about how to convert and compress files through VOC Media Player and Handbrake. Starting off with VOC Media Player, VOC Media is a media player at first, so if I drag a file into here, it will play the content, but this is not what I mainly use it for. If I pause this, I go to the top to where it says Media and scroll to Save and Convert and add a video into this file selection panel. When I click Convert/Save, I would have an option to change this video into all the different file formats, with MP4 and MP3 probably being the most popular. And if I click Browse, rename the file and set a location, when I click Start, the video file is now converted over to an MP3. This is very useful because, for example, if I wanted to edit the audio for a music video, most audio softwares cannot process the video file formats like an MP4. However, since I converted the video into an MP3 file, I can now drag the MP3 into the audio editing software. Now the software can process the audio, giving me the ability to make the adjustments I want. Now moving on to Handbrake. Handbrake is more of an encoder than a converter. After dragging in my file, I'll match the format of the file, which in my case is an MP4, and for presets there are plenty of options, but I normally stick with the creator presets and set it to 1080. In the video options, you can customize how you want the file to be rendered. H.264 is a good choice for most cases. If needed, you can adjust the frame rate, constant quality, and encoder level. These settings determine how much quality you lose during the compression, either a lot or very little depending on your preference. You can also tweak the audio settings. Personally, I set mine to quality 5 AAC. Don't forget to rename the file to avoid confusion, and once the encoding is done, you'll notice a significant difference in the file size. My Handbrake ended up being 9.60 megabytes compared to my original file, which is 22.9 megabytes. And real quick, I'll play the start of each video, and as you can see, with good Handbrake settings, there's hardly any noticeable difference in quality. This makes it perfect for saving storage and uploading videos to platforms like social media. But let's say you have done all these steps, and it's not about converting or compressing the file anymore, it's about sharing the actual content like a video. You notice you'll come across different apps like Discord that have a limit on how large a file can be in order for it to be shared, which leads me into my bonus and final resource called Streamables. So let's say I wanted to share the Spider-Man video I've been using throughout this video to my friend. At first, I won't be able to because the file size is too large and exceeds the limit, but that's not a big deal because all I need to do is go to Streamables, drag the video file into the file panel, and let it download and process. Once Streamables has processed and stored the file, it generates a shareable link. I can now just copy and send this link to my friend, and he can either watch the video from this application or in some cases click on the link and watch it through Streamables, but that's easily the workaround you can do to bypass file limitations to be able to share anything to just about anyone. Anyways, that is everything. I truly hope this helps simplify your process or pipeline when working with video, audio, or image files. If you want to learn how to add slow and reverb to your favorite songs, watch this next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, I am Ferg, and I'll see you in the next one.